So let's continue up this scale that I've written on the left. We have from D to E, that is, that is not even at all. D to E is another whole step. Okay, so let's go back to the right here and check our work. We're starting on D, and we're trying to get to the next letter, E. So how many half steps or whole steps does it take? Well, let's break it down in half steps because that's an easier way to count. We have D to the black key to the right, so we can call that D sharp, to E. Okay, so there was one step from D to D sharp. Well, that's called a half step, the shortest distance between two notes on the keyboard. And then we have from D sharp to E. Okay, so that's the second half step, which means from D to E, there's a whole step. Okay, so that's right on the left. If we're kind of writing out the distance between each note, that's what we've got. Okay, well, let's see. E to F. I think logically one would think that because C to D is a whole step and D to E is a whole step, then E to F would also be a whole step because that's just the next letter and they're going in order. If you look over to the keyboard on the right here, and I'm sorry there are three stacked on top of each other, choose whichever one you want to look at. I'm playing the one in the middle. E to F is a half step. Okay, why is this a half step? Well, remember, a half step is the shortest distance between two notes. So E to F, that's a half step. It doesn't take any more than one, going from one note to the next. There's nothing in between. Okay, one step or one half step would be E to F, half step. Then we keep going. F to G, F to G, it's a whole step, promise. You can come over here. F to G, whole step, because there's a half step in the middle. Right? And then we go from G to A, it's another whole step. Let's look at this. G to A, right? G sharp A. That's one whole step between G and A. A to B. It's another whole step. A sharp, B. Or B flat, A. This idea here that this note can have two names. It can either be called an A sharp or a B flat. Okay, that's called enharmonic. Enharmonic spellings or enharmonic equivalents. One would say in a sentence, A sharp is the enharmonic equivalent of B flat. Same note, different spellings, either A sharp or B flat. Okay, here we are on B, and we're at the end of our scale here, at least what I wrote. So from B, from B to C, okay, is our other half step. If it will let me write. 1, 2, 3, half step. Okay, so from B to C. Again, just like we had from E to F, two white keys without a black key in the middle. So that's a half step, even though they're white keys. Same here, B to C. It's a half step because there's nothing in the middle. So the shortest distance from B to C has to be a half step. There's nothing less than a half step in our Western system of notation. So that kind of walks you through how a major scale is created, or what we end up calling this formula of a major scale. So the formula itself is really just whole step, half step, and then whole, half. And that again has to do with the distance between each note. What a mess.